This is a 2002 Toyota Celica GTS. Automatic, baby. So starting off, let's open the hood. Well, I guess it's already open. But since I'm down here, you can see the foot controls. It's got these aluminum materials on there. Very nice. And, oh, it's just right here. The hood prop is just right here. And then this is your infamous Yamaha engine. Oh, shit. Crap. Everything's fairly tight. On this model, you actually get projector halogens, along with fog lights that no longer work. No more grill. Now, to the back, you do get a nice size spoiler, even though I don't think it's a good looking spoiler, but I guess it works. I believe back in 2002, there was actually a model that came with a lot of body kits and a way better looking spoiler. You also get your back windshield wiper. I believe this is a hatchback or a fastback. And hydraulics no longer work. So I'm gonna have to hold on to the hatchback here. You do get something that sort of looks like a little compartment right there. And then in the bottom here, excuse me for one moment, I believe there is a compartment for a spare tire down here. Yep. And maybe a speaker, two speakers back here. I believe this car has got the JBL system. And then you do have a trunk light back here that no longer works. And then these were not the stock tires or rims. These are actually aftermarket. Starting off with the passenger side, let's look at materials here. I believe this is just hard touch. You do have some leather right here, soft touch leather, and then really hot material right here that's, I think it's real leather. Yeah, it's really soft. And you do have a little mat pocket down here and your speaker and some tweeters right here. And then for the seats, you have these sports seats that heat up really, really fast. They're not really well, I guess, engineered for sporty driving, but they hold you in place decently. Getting in is easy. And then you do have a lockable glove box. Seat position, you do feel like you're sitting inside the car. And then you do have a sunroof. It's for vanity mirror. You do have a mirror with no lighting. Let's see if this one extends. Oh, I don't believe this will extend. We'll try that on the driver's side in a minute. And then on the dash, you have hard touch plastic, but you do have some really cool air vents. And then since you don't have no window controls on the doors, you do have in the middle console here, which is weird at first. And then you do have cup holders right in the middle. Getting out of this car, not too bad. It's actually, you are going to have to use the side bolster here to lift yourself up. In this fastback car, you do have 4 seats. The back seats they look fairly comfortable if you're small. I'm going to try to get in here. Show you guys. It's not too bad if you're a little smaller like me. These seats do have to come all the way back though. And for a 5'5" person, you might be able to fit like a 5'8", 5'9" person in here. And then you do get one mat pocket in the back of the passenger seat. And then as for headrest, yeah, if you're taller than 5'6", you're not gonna be able to sit in the back here. And the rear window right here, windshield right here, is so low to your head, and it lets in a lot of light. So if it's really sunny out, you're gonna probably burn your hair off. Materials in the back, all you have is just hard touch plastic with a speaker right here and a tiny cup holder. I think the back seats here are meant for just hauling your school stuff, not humans. Getting out, you will have to lift down on this lever, pull the seat up, and sort of grab onto anything you can to lift yourself up, and maybe use this door handle right here to try and get out. I'm getting too old for this. Now moving on to the best part, the driver's side. Driver's side, you have the same materials you'll find on the passenger side, and you actually have your mirror control right here, which is kind of weird. And here you have your window lock and your dimmer, headlight switch, and I believe this car's got tilt and telescoping. I'm not sure yet. And you also have your standard cruise control here. As you can see here, you see the down. That's actually the paddle shifters on this car because it's the automatic. And then you'll see the up, which is in the back. And something I forgot to mention, the driver and passenger seats are fully manual. And then you got your gas. Getting into the seat of the driver, not too bad. It's just as easy, but getting out, well, getting out is not too bad. You actually got this bolster right here to lean your weight against and used to lift you up. Instrument cluster is probably the best I've seen. I actually really like this instrument cluster. The tach is really big, and it shows that you can rev all the way up to 7,800 RPM, and your speedometer, along with your what gear you're in. Let's turn this on. It's getting hot. And you also have a digital fuel gauge along with your digital coolant temperature. Up here you're gonna find your light controls and your sunroof controls and your time, which is dead. And you also have a little compartment here where you can store your sunglass holder. And this car is actually aftermarket stereo. And I believe it does have the JBL system. I'm not sure. And you also have a little storage compartment back here. I guess this is where you would have your glove box without the armrest. And all your AC controls are down here, fairly simple, laid out. And then you have your hazards, your ignition, and then your steering wheel, which is fairly worn out but decent. Oh, and I always forget, these older models, they tend to always have something for your cigarette ashes or just your change. And you do have a 12-volt outlet over here. Driver's side does have a vanity mirror, and now let's see if it'll extend. It won't either. Sucks. Now let's get this car on the road. So just first impressions, this dash up here is actually pretty high. It's actually above my eye level. So I feel like I'm sitting really low in the car. Put this into drive for now. Throttle response is pretty responsive. Wow. And you actually rev up to like 4,000 RPM in first gear. Visibility is not good. Just because of that pillar right there is so annoying. And the back hatch is kind of lifted up. That spoiler is doing me more bad than it is doing me any good. But as for left, yeah, the left visibility is a whole lot better. Oh, I guess we'll test these paddle shifters in a bit. Let's let the car warm up. Now, just sitting in the car, I do feel a little vibration, but this is a 15-year-old car, so I'm not gonna zonk it too much. Turning is actually pretty good. Shifting is good, but every time it shifts, it would drop down about 1,500 RPM, so. But even cruising here at 45 miles per hour, I'm still running at 2,300 RPMs, which is pretty high. Going up to 55 miles per hour, we are at 2,500 RPMs. So this engine does rev pretty high. So I guess this is natural environment. So driving for a minute now, the suspension actually soaks up the bumps pretty good. We'll take it through the corner in a bit, see how that goes. So when I step down, the engine actually, or the transmission actually downshifts from 4th gear to 2nd gear. Whew, that was a slight shock. Scared me for a bit. I didn't even pay attention to that curve, so yeah, kind of a little mind blown. But this transmission is actually quick to downshift. When I put my foot down, watch this, it actually brings me all the way down to 2nd gear. Holy crap. And then it upshifts me back up to 4th gear really fast. Not bad. And you do actually hear the engine doing work. See, testing the brakes. Not bad. Wow. Taking it through these curves. Right now I'm in 4th gear. I got some traffic ahead of me. Braking before I go through this corner. Very little body roll. And the brakes are good. Yep, brakes are good. Holy crap. I would really like to test drive one of these with the 6-speed manual. But even with the automatic, I'm still impressed. I kind of like it. The behavior of the transmission is really sporty. This is a front-wheel drive car, so there's only so much it can do. Wow, just holy crap. Ooh, this engine loves to rev. But I noticed when I was still going up from 55 to 60, the engine did rev like 3,000 RPMs, and I only moved up like 5 miles per hour. But I mean, just driving this car just to listen to the engine note, I think you will be entertained. Throttle response is responsive. So just in the regular driving mode, the engine will rev up to about 7,000 RPM, but I don't know if that's going to change in the manual mode. You know what? Let's put it in the manual mode now. Okay, so now we're in the manual mode, and you'll see on the dash right there, it says M mode. So if I want to downshift, I just click down right here. Wow. Wow. It's actually pretty responsive. Oh, Whoa! That's nice. Now for the steering, I believe this still has a hydraulic steering, so I feel everything on the road, which is nice. This is a sports car, so I'm not even going to go into the noise level. There's noise everywhere. There's some rattles. You just feel really in tune with the road. That's all I got to tell you. Turning radius is actually very nice. That's too light. Let's go first. Wow. Okay. So in manual mode, the computer will actually let you rev all the way up to 7,800 RPM. Holy crap. But the engine noise though, man, it's so loud. Holy crap. And this car has 128,000 miles on it. Everything is still stock. Oof. Second, ooh, engine braking is good. Going into these curves on second gear. Yeah. Ooh, downshifting is a little faster to react than the upshifts. Like if you click down, it automatically downshifts, and then when you try to go up, upshifting takes half a second longer. Ooh, it's hot. So just in regular drive mode, the engine still does rev up pretty high. Do get a lot of engine noise. I do feel comfortable in these seats though, even though I slide around a little bit. These leather seats do warm up extremely high in the sun, so just keep that in mind if you were to buy one of these. I believe these also come with the cloth seats, so if I were you, I would go with the cloth seats just to save your skin from some hospital visits. But just driving it in D, it's actually pretty comfortable. It's pretty civilized. When I want to speed up, I just step on the gas a little bit and the engine will automatically downshift. It actually downshifts faster than it does upshift, which is pretty cool. Yeah, right there, it just went from fourth gear to second in like no time. But if you do want to manually control your gears, you can always put it in manual mode. But if you just want to hear the engine work, well, actually it won't let you go all the way down to first gear. So second gear is probably the lowest it will let you go down to. But even in second gear, you're still getting a good amount of engine noise. The revs are still all the way up at all the way up to like 4,000 RPM, just cruising at 45 in second gear. But this is why you would get an automatic though, right? Just put it in drive and go. You don't have to do nothing. But the manual mode is there in case you do get bored. So just driving the car around for about 15 minutes now, I feel like this would be a good sports car and also a good daily driver if you went with the cloth seats and the 6-speed manual. But if you have to deal with traffic every day, I'd say the automatic is pretty good. I just don't like the visibility you get at the back of the right pillar back there. And the spoiler does get in the way. I believe this car does take premium gas, so you're gonna have to pay a little bit more at the pump. But because this car's got only 4 gears, I feel like putting it in manual mode and trying to control it It's probably not very good on the twisties, but maybe for drag racing, it might. Oh, never mind. Actually, the transmission will rev all the way up to 7,800 RPM when you're just regular drive. Want a car that's got an engine that sounds like a motorcycle, this is the car for you. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next car film.